Hi everyone, welcome to Code Kamkaji. I hope everybody are doing good. In this video, we will be discussing about how to create a Kubernetes cluster by using kind into Ubuntu machine. So stay tuned till this video, and if you haven't subscribe to Code Kamkaji, I request you to go and do it right away. So I brought the steps of documentation. We'll follow these steps and we'll install the Kubernetes via kind on Ubuntu machine. So I have a WSL Windows Subsystem Linux that I have installed on my Windows machine, which is up and running, and I'll use this as Ubuntu machine, and it's a version of 2022 LTS, and we can install the Kubernetes on top of it. So before that, I'll show you. Currently, we don't have any Kubernetes running on it. So if you use the kubectl get nodes, this is a command that we regularly use to communicate with the Kubernetes cluster to list out the all nodes. So currently the cluster is not up, and we haven't installed the Kubernetes cluster over on our Ubuntu machine. So let's go ahead by following the steps, and we can install the Kubernetes cluster. The first one is I'll update my server, and the next I'll install the Docker. So if you haven't installed Docker, so you need to follow this step, or if you have already installed the Docker, so you can just go ahead with the rest of the steps. So in my case, I have already installed the Docker, and I'm going to use this as a Docker user group, and I'll use a new group for Docker. And now I'm going to install the kubectl on top of my Ubuntu machine. So for that, I'll use this command, which will fetch the respected packages. Okay, and now I'll give a permissions for this. I'll move to respected location. I'll check the kubectl version here. Now we have the v1.34.0 and customization is v5.7.1. And I'll install the kind on Ubuntu. Similarly, permissions, moving into user bin and kind folder, and I'll check the kind version. So we have the v0.23.0, and that is the kind. And I'm going to create the cluster. So for that, you can use this command, kind create cluster hyphen name, and you can give the cluster name. So I'm giving the cluster name as a dev cluster. So this is the name. And if you want, you can use your own name. So if you want to change this name with any other name, I'll clear the screen. I'll use this command, create cluster hyphen name dev cluster. So it will take some time, it will take some time to create the cluster. So now it has been, created. So we can use this cluster command. So we can set the cluster info with the context. So we can use this command. If I paste here, it will give where it is running and what is IP address and everything. It will give the all the information. And if you want to get the cluster information, so you can verify with this command, and similar way it will fetch all the details. And if you want to get the nodes information, how many nodes are inside of your cluster, and we have the dev cluster control plane. So currently it is a single node cluster, and this is the second, like in 31 seconds ago it has been created. And if you want to get the any ports, kubectl get ports, and currently does not have anything on default namespace. I'll check on kube system. So all are running. So proxy and CodeDNS, CTCD, API server, controller, scheduler, all are running since 54 seconds ago. And if you want to delete this cluster, you can use this command kind delete cluster hyphen name dev cluster. I'll show you this one also, how to delete this cluster if you don't want to use the this kind of KTS cluster. So kind delete cluster hyphen hyphen name, and you need to match this dev cluster name with the cluster which you have created instead of your Ubuntu machine. Click on it, so it will delete the cluster, and this is how you can delete the cluster on your machine. So this is a very simple way where you can play around for practicing purposes. You can create the Kubernetes cluster on your Ubuntu machine. It can be WSL or it can be your own Ubuntu machine if you are using, and you can install on top of it. And this is a single node Kubernetes cluster. And if you want to go to multi-node, so there are other resources you can go through it. And it is not recommended for production. It is only recommended for development environment or practicing purpose. So I hope you enjoy this session. And once again, if you like my explanation, I request you to like, share, subscribe to Code Kamkaji. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Bye bye.